All right, we're going to talk to you about
That was electric. I love that answer.
Okay, we're going to talk to you about that in a second. But first, Tyreek Hill. He finished the season with just 81 catches for 959 yards, lowest total since 2019. After the game, sounded like he wanted out of South Beach.
I just got to do what's best for me and my family, dog. If that's here, or if that's wherever the case may be, man, I'm finna open that door for myself, dog. As I'm opening the door, like I'm out, bro. You know, so it was great playing here, but you know, at the end of the day, bro, I got to do what's best for, you know, for my career and, you know, what's best. Because I'm too much of a competitor to be, you know, just
Does that mean
just
you're
out there.
Mean you thinking about leaving here?
If it is, hey, yeah, it gets.
What a season for this guy, because at the beginning of the season, he's arrested on his way to the stadium.
Yeah.
Not a great way to start it. And now this, what did you make of him just being so blunt? And, you know, you're frustrated. It's right after the game. What do you think?
You know, to me, I don't hate it. I get that he's mad. He obviously was underutilized this year. I think before you really go pointing fingers, you did spend half the year without Tua, which was tough. But even when Tua was in, they kind of never got back on that same page. I do think it's a lesson to maybe all superstars and really all NFL players at any level, you know, regardless of what you're getting paid. The grass isn't always greener, you know, and it's this weird decision I think most guys are faced, especially the perennial stars, where it's like you probably could have taken less money, a lot less money, and it wouldn't have been good, you know, for you and your family as far as the money, but you'd be playing with Patrick Mahomes right now. You'd have a few more rings, and you probably wouldn't be that frustrated. Again, pretty easy for me to say sitting up here to turn down potentially tens or 20s of millions.
Sure.
So it's kind of one of those things where you took the gamble, you got paid, you're living in Miami, and I get why you're upset, but you also kind of signed up to go down there.
Yep, that's fair. How about Aaron Rodgers? He's not friends with Ian, but no offense to Ian.
Jay, can I say why? And this is, there's times where, you know, I couldn't even make it through the Netflix documentary. I couldn't. It was just too strange for me.
Right.
And I sit here and I'm like, what is going on? But then things like that tickle my heart.
Yeah.
He's just honest. Like Ian says, you know what it's like.
Yeah.
Ian said that, blah, blah. He's like, I don't know Ian.
Yeah.
Nobody that I talk to knows Ian. Like, where are these anonymous sources coming from?
Right. Where are these people close to Aaron that you're talking to?
Correct. Making it up. They're just floating up there. So I do love when he's honest like that. Obviously, he takes it a little far at times.
Yeah.
He's coming back. I'd be shocked. You know, generally speaking, in my experience, Jay, for veteran guys, you know before the game, if there's any indecision, that means that after 1 or 2 weeks, you're coming back.
Right.
You know, right now you're exhausted. You just had a bloodbath season. Everything's been tough. Your Netflix documentary aired at the wrong time.
Yeah.
You're on camera huffing ayahuasca. I mean, that was ridiculous. Okay? But I will say, for all the things, you did see the flashes today. Comes out here, throws 4 touchdowns. Granted, not against a great Dolphins team. I understand that. Mm-hmm. But there are moments where you're like, does he not have the ability to be a top 15 guy? And I say, and I believe someone dropped this tidbit, I think if you're a Steelers fan right now and you had Aaron Rodgers at the helm instead of my guy Russ, you're probably feeling a little better than you are.
Interesting.
You know, there's a few teams in there where you're like, hey, he's not obviously a long-term guy, but you insert him, you think he would give you a better shot. I'm not saying win a Super Bowl. He's not competing with Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. But do I think he's got a little bit of ball left? I really do.
I mean, like you said, you watch him on Sunday and you think, you said it, where was this all season? And it's got to make a few GMs think, well, maybe he does have a little bit left in the tank.
Totally. And there's been some flashes. Like even last week, they get blown out by Buffalo. First 2 drives, they go right down the field. Now he has a tip ball like he had today, pick. There's a weird 4th down, and it just seems like an absolute fire sale in New York. And there'll be somebody out there that says, hey, we get him in a better situation, we'll be able to turn back the clock, and I think he'll go.
And it's hard to believe he would want to go out like this